Hello, friends, colleagues, and future colleagues. My name is Eimear, and I've spoken to many groups over the years, but I'll tell you what, this is the most important group I've ever spoken to. Young Irish artists. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about the word ensemble. An orchestra is an ensemble. Ensemble is the French word for together. And one thing we've learned over the last year and a half as musicians is how important it is for us to be together. Music is a very internal thing, and it's really important that we cultivate our own voice. So we mine everything about ourselves that is different and uniquely us, so that we can make a unique contribution to our musical family, to the ensemble. So to bring what's inside, outside, and have this unspoken bond when you're playing with friends, and sometimes even more special, family. So now I'm going to talk to you about my least favourite topic, and that is myself. The only reason being, I think it's relevant today to tell you how absolutely ordinary I am. My background is from East Galway. I went to the local national school. There were 9 people in my class and 3 classes in my classroom. Went from there to the local secondary school in Ballinasloe. And yet somehow, through coming from this, my parents weren't professional musicians. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any connections to anything or anybody. I didn't have youth orchestras on my doorstep like we have in Galway today, thank God. I didn't have anything like that. Today I was coming up on the train from Woodlawn Station in Galway, as I did every morning at 6 a.m. with 3 other students from the Royal Irish Academy and the College of Music as a teenager at school, and was thinking about you guys. So I was thinking, how did these brilliant, beautiful people in front of me get to do the mad things that I've experienced? So, like a lot of you, I had options as a student. A lot of young musicians have academic abilities that are, that are up there, and we have options to do different things. And I was being sort of geared towards the medical fields. A noble profession, no doubt, but the muse had already got me in her grip, and she wasn't letting go. When I was 12, in my first career guidance class, I wrote, "When I grow up, I want to conduct the orchestra at La Scala." And I meant it. So going from there, what happened? How did you get from Ballinasloe to the Oscars? So my mom asked me, "Do you ever regret not doing medicine?" I think it would have been a wonderful career. I would have loved that. However, I would never have gotten to see Sydney Harbour from the 160-degree view of the conductor's dressing room at Sydney Opera House. I would never have gotten to walk on the red carpet at the Oscars with my mom. I would never have performed for the grateful and gracious people of Wuhan, China, before their city's name became synonymous with disease and pandemic. I would never have stood in front of the great world leaders at the United Nations with women musicians and composers from the Muslim nation of Qatar. I would never have met any of those people. I'd never have met my husband, who's a composer. I'd never have met my best friends. So the answer was no. I have no regrets. It's been an amazing adventure that continues. So back to, how do we get from this room to the Academy Awards, to the Vienna Opera House, to Madison Square Garden, all these places? The answer is in this room. Because around you is your ensemble, your musical family. And in that family are the people that you play with. They will be your friends in your music family going forward. And if you do go for a career in music, they'll be the ones that get an opportunity to play somewhere or write something. And they want their friends around them, the ones that are good. They're not the competition, they're your musical family. And my musical family in Los Angeles has sustained me. And in fact, one of them is the one that put my name on the list for the Academy Awards. One of my musical compatriots and friends. But more importantly, in this room are your earth angels. Nobody gets there, wherever there is, I'm still trying to find out. Nobody gets there without help. You don't get there on your own. And in this room today are some of your earth angels. They're not figments of our imagination, they're real people. And in this age where materialism is gross and rife, you have these people who love nothing more than to look at a talented young artist and see that twinkle in your eye and that passion and that drive and that curiosity about music. And they see it clearly because they've seen it somewhere else. They've seen it in the mirror. And these are the people that instead of putting their energies towards, big flash cars and big houses, are putting their energies into you because you are our musical future. And these are the custodians, you, Liam, and your colleagues, the custodians of our musical future. So I'm going to tell you about one of my earth angels, because he's in the room right now and I'm going to embarrass him. Here I am in Squilware at Ballinasloe. And for years, when I was 7, I decided I was going to be a conductor and a composer. Because I saw a guy on TV in Vienna and I thought that looked cool. And that was the height of it. So any score I could get my hands on, I was trying to read, trying to learn. I had no clue. I was on my own, in my parents' attic, invisible orchestra. Okay, where do I put the violins are here, the cello. Chair, I had bears on chairs, I called them. That was my invisible, imaginary orchestra, and I practiced. So, a few years later, I was about 15, I was in my school, and the Army Band of the Western Command came to give a concert. And they asked, are there any students that can play the concert, that can sit in and play with the band? I'm a woodwind player, I'm a flute player. So myself and one of my friends sat in and played with the band. And of course, I probably played piccolo, being the most obnoxious instrument, I'm sorry, in the band. And at one point, the conductor leaned over and he goes, right, you're up next. I was like, what does he mean, I'm up next? What is this? I turned to the flute player next to me, one of the Army Band guys. I said, what does he mean I'm up next? Don't worry about it, they do this thing, just get up and wave your arms around and just, we'll play anyway, don't worry about it. But I was thinking, this is a sign for me, something's about to happen. Equal parts terrified and excited. Equal parts FOMO and terror, right? This is exactly how I felt before the Academy Awards as well. So, turns to me, you're up next. So I was like, okay, what does this mean? I'm up next. There's the score. Okay, I'm looking around the band. Where's everybody singing? Where's the euphonium player? Where's the da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? I hop up on the podium and I take my time. There's 600 girls sitting behind me and I'm making them wait from my school. And I look through the score, I'm trying to see who's here. I look at the tempo. I look at where everything's happening. Okay, no tempo changes. Okay. And then we start. Something profound happened to me in that performance. My head that's always commenting and this voice that's always, you're not good enough, you're this, you're that, blah, 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 blah. It shut up finally and everything came into line. And I knew I was where I belonged and where I was meant to be. After that, I was overwhelmed. I just couldn't, and this is an emotion that I feel and I can go back to. I can go back to that moment anytime I like. And I'm always trying to chase that feeling of being in the right place. So, I'm on my way out of the town hall in Ballinasloe. There's a bunch of guys from the Army Band sitting there. And they look at me and one of them says, come here, yourself and the lads were talking and I reckon you should be a conductor. Oh my God, if you'd written a check for €1 million, it wouldn't have meant as much to me. Those words to me at 15 years of age were absolutely life-changing because somebody had seen my little wish, my little inner wish that I'd been practicing in the attic, that I barely ever told anyone. Somebody had seen it and recognized it and acknowledged it. Little did poor Liam Daly know when he turned around and pointed to this kid and said, "You're up next," that I'd been practicing in my parents' attic since I was 7 years of age and was simply waiting for that moment. That is a moment I will never, ever forget, and that is one of my earth angels. There were many after that as well. People have said, I've heard people say this expression in Ireland, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, I'll tell you what, you concentrate on the what you know, and the people that you need to know will find you, and they will be yours for all time. Your achievements will be your own and nobody else's. So my friends, today in this room, it is so important to me, and it fills my heart with great joy for us to be an ensemble together. Good luck.